So, I'll talk about the tool which we covered yesterday. We will again come back and repeat some more things once you watch some videos and practice a little bit. I'm going to cover another tool, Selenium today, which you can install and you can practice. Uh, so that will be another, kind of new skill in your in your profile. Basically, our goal is to keep adding the skills, but keep in mind um, we're creating really some good things for future. Those things are going on in background. Like ultimately, you can sit and evaluate yourself from different perspective. We'll put a lot of different resumes. We'll put different kind of jobs which are coming from the market, and then you see where you stand. So go under the HPLM, go under Selenium, go under manual testing, go under database, go under different technologies, some programming, and then see where you stand, and then what needs to be done, um, how close you are to the real world. I'm talking about the very experienced real world. I'm not talking about the guys who are working 3 years, 5 years in the same area again and again. So, and then you have to help in selling your skills, and claiming that how best you can do. Also, we're creating some more projects. The problem is when you're learning, um, you have every day something new. So you practice, you do some assignment, but once you're done with the things, we just thinking like kind of part two of the training, which no one see. The whole goal is not only making money. That's really not much, to be honest, if you go in the financial terms and all. But the main thing is whatever we're doing, that you should achieve that goal. And it's very hard for the people whom we talk first time, but those whom we are interacting, those who know us more and we know you, it become easy, how to think, how we can work and how we can, make the things happen. So so anyway, so what I'm saying is I'll show you some interesting things which we are working on, some concept like how you can evaluate yourself. I'm giving you assignment. I mean, recently I launched some assignments in terms of audio, in terms of some screen recording, so but there are some more coming. And all those assignments you guys have done, really looked, I saved all the stuff in a folder. I'm waiting for some stuff, and I'll talk to you pretty soon. Another thing is about the lecture last night is not posted. My web developer, one of the guy who used to do, is sick. Not sure he will work tomorrow or not. I'll request someone else to make that happen. So most probably last night and today and tonight videos will be online sometime tomorrow morning. If not, then definitely by tomorrow evening. We'll see. So, um, so those are certain things going on. I will request you to watch those videos. I'm changing the whole layout, the way the people should study, the people can practice, connect with the real project. There's a lot of constraint, the knowledge of the people, the timing, everyone charged by the hours, and so on. So there's a lot of constraint, but we're moving on. So today I'm going to talk to you another very interesting thing about automation. A lot of people, have a lot of, you can say, excitement. They have a lot of concepts. They heard from their friend. They heard from here and there. So we'll see what exactly is. However, whatever you did yesterday, that was also related to tool. What we're going to do today is another area of testing, which is called a functional automation testing. What you did yesterday was there was really no programming. You were automating the whole like test cases. I mean, not auto. I think that's the wrong word. You can say it was more like a management tool. It's just like like go to library. There's one way is you take all the thousands of books and just put randomly somewhere in the library. Don't care about which section is what. it's not organized, not indexing, no kind of, and then you see how you can do your work. Keep searching one book, a whole month, and then if eventually you're not able to find and you're not able to track, you're not knowing where you're going to put. But once you arrange according to subject, according to some other kind of criteria, the sections, it become really easy for you. Same thing here. You really using the HP testing tool to keep your requirement from the BA perspective, keep your test cases from QA perspective. When you run the test cases manually, which is called executing the test cases, is not the tool executing, you executing the test cases manually, but whatever the actual result come, or that also you keeping in the test lab. And then when you find some defect, you also keeping under the defect section. There is a reporting, which we have not seen you, but it's pretty easy. You can go and select what should be on the x-axis, y-axis. You can generate tons of reports. You can also link the things. You can link test cases with requirement. So if you have a requirement and you have a test cases, you can link. There is an option to link. You just click the link, and then it will ask you which requirement you want to link with the test cases. What exactly we call this? Linking the requirement with test cases. There is a specific name. Could you tell me what that name is? Anyone? Exactly. You have to remember this term, and thanks for answer. Yes, it's a traceability matrix. Means when you say that these test cases are for these requirements, these test cases are for this section of requirement, these test cases for this section of requirement, then we call it a traceability matrix. So the answer is we can, so the point to be noted is we can create a traceability matrix into QC, quality center tool. So you can also link defect with the test cases, so you can always find out, oh, this defect, from where these defects are coming, oh, this coming from this test cases. And when you link the test cases with the requirement, then you should know from which section of requirement how many defects you have. And I'm pretty sure your manager or anyone will be interested, oh, which module is giving so many defects, or which module is good, which module is too much buggy, and all those kind of things. So these are, if you really know this much, you may find that the guys who are working from last 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, 2 years, whatever, and they're really using that tool, you will be at par with them from the knowledge perspective. And what I'm telling you is not because this is my training, and I'm telling you because this is what I have seen. Some people, there's a big chance that a lot of people don't know how to create the project or how to create the users or do the admin work. Why? Because let's say you get a chance to, you pass out from college, you get the chance, you entered in some company, and those guys have already the HPLM. It's possible that you are working on the test cases, defect and reports and all, but maybe you work there 10 years, you never get a chance to work on the creating of, they never give you as admin work, and they never give you, then you never know, because it's very rare that you can download the tool by your own at home and then you practice and you figure it out and read the manuals. I have hardly seen people do. They wish, but it doesn't happen. So that's what I'm saying. So there is a good chance that even though you have a 0-year experience or 0 months experience, but still there's a good chance if you practice, watch the video, and as I said, I know the tool is not installed at your end, but it's coming pretty soon. We do with all the candidates in class, and we also did in online people too. We will see how the big problem is some downloading some files. So we'll talk about that. It's in my list. I'm going to work this weekend and see. I'll show you how we do that part. Hopefully I'll show you today how to install the tool on your machine. Okay, so this is what exactly, so you should know you should know really what tool is, watch video, do some question answers, and then once the tool comes, you practice, create, do all this stuff, and it'll be good. So any questions about, so basically, let me show you, let me write down some stuff, HP, ALM, QC. We did yesterday, we'll put those videos tonight or tomorrow. What you can do is create test cases. Second is and store result with actual So that's another thing. So I'm just writing what you can do in QC. And believe me, when you hearing and when you watching, you have to really get it in the right way. And if you're not and if you're not able to reproduce, I will be very disappointed. So watch few times, listen few times. If it is easy, it's still you listen and try to think about it and make sure you get the right way. So and then I'm going to give you that recorder. I'm going to mail you. I'm going to give you some assignments where you're going to use that recorder and store your answers in audio format with the screenshot. I mean, just the way I'm doing, and we will play your answers here. So I'll do more of those things towards the end when you have complete some stuff. So test lab module of QC, you can create defects in QC or create or restore. So don't, or then you can link, well, I forgot, let's say, BA can upload requirement in QC. Fifth, you can upload requirement in QC. Requirement can connect with test cases in QC. We have a video to how to do this. We also call traceability matrix. Okay, 6 is you can connect test case defects with test cases. And 7th is you can create various useful results. I'm sorry, useful reports. And the last point is tester, developers, BA, project managers, uses QC in industry. QC is administered by QC is administered by QC admin, who generally from a QA department, right? So this person responsible for QC installation, creating projects and QC, creating users, not creating, even managing, creating, deleting, suspending, all those things, managing users, accounts, and various things, project, you can upgrading, let's say upgrading QC, and so on. You can do both the jobs in the industry. If you practice, you can do both, That's it pretty much. Any other questions? So this is for you. All these points, I write it down. And this will help whatever we did yesterday, whatever we did, and all this stuff which is in okay, there is one thing, installation. It works like this. You need a server, means machine, server, which is also called machine. You put generally operating system, which is Windows. It doesn't run on Unix. And then you put database, which is in our case Oracle, and then you put HP ALM, QC software. This is what you have to do. So you take a machine, put the Windows operating system, if you already have, put the Oracle database, and then install. So this is all installation part, right? So when you install the database, there are a number of tables it creates, and there is a table where it stores the test cases, there is a table where it stores the defect, there is a table where it stores the requirement. All those things are hidden, but now you know database. If you really want to log in and see all the tables, you can see all those things. And when you create the test cases, those are storing into the tables. So that's pretty much. I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, you already may be asking. I did not see. Can you read question 1 and okay, which question? It's not a question. It's talking about this one. Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is HP ALM QC features. I'm trying to write it down so you get more clear. So I say what you can do. You can create test cases in QC. My language may be not great right now, but run test cases and store actual results of test cases in test lab module of QC, create defects in QC, and all those things, Did you get it? All right, so this is all for you guys. Now, changing a topic. Selenium. What it is, or before this, I will say what is functional automation testing. Anyone? I would like, what is called automation testing? You can speak if you want. I can listen. If you can type, give me some examples so everybody can understand. Like, okay, so let me tell you what exactly we have done so far. So we have to develop a software project, let's say take the HRM project. The company is got the requirement from the customer. We decided to develop the software. You guys writing the test cases. When the software is ready, you are manually opening and testing all the things, and then you're using the QC tool to keep all the information there. When we're designing and developing the software, we have a lot of programming going on at the front end, and at the back end there are the database, or there is a database there, where the tables and all the information which you're saving through the forms, like employee information or the immigration information, all the things which were in the requirement is going into the database. So you are manually testing day and night. You're opening, making sure all the buttons are working, features are working, menus are working, fields are working, and so on. All right, that's what we have done so far. Now I'm talking about automation testing, and then we're going to talk two tools, Selenium and QTP, which we use for automating the testing. But $1,000,000 question is, what is this automation testing? So anyone can give some idea. So you guys already started throwing some stuff. Okay, that's good. Let's read. Run the test cases through automation. Okay. And entering test cases into tool and executing cases using the tool versus manually running the test cases. Okay, well, you guys have some idea and throwing some stuff. I will also throw my ideas and my experience, and then we'll try to understand in the end when we finish this class today, roughly at 11:15. You should have very clear idea what is called automation testing, and maybe you will be, maybe by 10:30 in next 20 minutes, I will try to explain you. And then the best way I do is I try to give the examples. That's some way stick into your mind. So okay, so let me try to build some examples and give it to you, and then again we will talk. So let's say, or maybe we can open HRM tool. Just a second. All right, I have opened three applications which we are trying. One is Gmail, one is this one, and another is, so three different applications. Means I'm trying to explain you with more and more examples, what is automation. So let's not go into the definition and theory. Let's understand the problem. So this is the one website which, if I tell you go and manually test it, let's say this is my company website, and I hire you as a tester, and we have to make sure you test it. What will you do? It is a pretty small website, and this is also given to you. What you will do is you try to understand the requirement, and once based on that, you will see whether all these links are working, the login is working. So try to understand that. This is very carefully. I'm doing the manual testing. So what I'll do is make sure this registration working. I will go and register myself. I should get login password. I will make sure this login is working, and then once it's logged in, this site is for searching the flight and booking your flight. So I'll make sure I can book the round trip or one way, whatever I want. And I mean, this is what you do as a manual tester. You're testing it, make sure all these menus are working, these drop down are working. You can book the flight in any class, economy, business, or first class. You can continue, make sure you can, all these options are coming, these radio buttons are working. You can go continue, you can put all these things, and you purchase the ticket. So this is all you are testing as a manual tester. You going into the requirement discussions, you writing the test cases based on your understanding, and then you testing, and day and night, and try to find all the defects. If it's not working, opening a defect, and making this work. So this is what you're doing, and this is what I'm doing actually right now. Now, if I ask you that automate this thing. Means what I mean is you take I will say I don't want you do this. I want you buy a tool, which automation we always do with the tool. So you buy a tool based on whatever tool you like, your knowledge or thing, and then you develop the logic, and now your tool should do that. You not do anymore. Your tool should go there and make say, hey, registration is working. Your tool should say, hey, login is working, or searching flight is working, or booking flight is working. All those things, you should not go and click and test it anymore. That is called automation testing. So if you want to become an automation tester, you really automate all these things. And like when you're doing manually, I know you can do it. You can click, you enter, you can make sure things working, not working. If you want to really become automation engineer, and that's what we challenge in our class, in our training. However, this is very ambitious goal, and sometimes I put myself in a lot of trouble because once you challenge the things, you have to make it work. So, but we do that, and you will do too. I'm just talking to you at 10:15 roughly today. Next week, by that, I'm going to ask. This is your assignment, to be honest, right now. If you really want to become automation and knowing this, whatever I'm doing, make sure all these things work. Means you automate. I say, Arslan, you don't tell me it is working or not. Tell me whether your automation script is going to tell me it is working or not. So this is the same thing is on Gmail. Let's say if you're working on the project too, if I say, what will you test as a manual tester? And this was the one question which we discussed long back, actually, on the very first day and second day. And you guys say you will make sure there is this layout is correct, make sure the Google is written here, make sure all these spelling is correct, make sure it is in the middle, and and then this login is working, make sure this link is working, this link is working, and so on. And you figure out like 9, 10, or 15 things on this page which you would like to test. And you all testing as a manual. You're going there and you say, yeah, on the top it is written Google. It should be GOGLE. It means it is correct. Now your tool will go and do the same thing. Is read and say it is there or not there. If it is there, then it's pass. If not, it's not pass. Hold on, guys. Hello? Hello? Hey, I'm in the class right now. Is it possible I can talk to you in the morning? Either way, I mean, you can call me after 8 a.m. My name is Jay, Jay. All right, thank you. Yeah, bye. Sorry, guys, I have to take some time. So anyway, so this is what you are manually testing. Automation means you use the tool, and we will use the Selenium. Pretty powerful tool. It's free. It's getting very popular. If you really know the stuff and know a little bit programming, you can directly make in 6 figures. Market is struggling to find the real guys. So it's a good opportunity for you, and you can't learn anywhere better than us. So it's up to you, So, but right now I'm just trying to explain you what is automation testing. So again, all these things, what we are writing, write it down as a test cases, and we are checking manually and then saying yes or no or pass or fail. If you not do that anymore, and if your tool does that, if you make that happen, you will become automation engineer. That is called automation testing. So to give you another example, it's which I use in a class. Let's say I'm at home, or anyone, generally you do all your household activities, you clean your utensils, do grocery, all dryer, washer, all all those stuff. Generally, pretty common. And if you decide and you're doing every day, and you fed up and you decide like, oh, let's go and buy a robot, or someone company is saying, this is a robot, you can take home and you can train a little bit here and there. And then from tomorrow, you don't have to do it. The robot will go and wash your, utensils and all clean your house and cut your, the grass and all those. So if not you doing, but somehow you train your robo, you understand some logic and develop all those things, and if that guy is doing instead of you, that's called automation. Means you are not anymore doing manually. So same thing, when there in the companies there are manual testers, and then there are automation testers. So when you are manually testing all those things, if that can be automated and the tool does, and you not, the company doesn't need any more manual, someone who can do manually, that's called automation. So I hope you're getting that. Now the question is, and then there is another one, the orange HRM, the same thing. If you go here, if as a manual tester, you try to enter all these fields and you try to add or delete or search, and somehow you figure out what is, um, what is, whether it's pass or whether it's working, then pass. If it's not working, it's fail. If rather than you do this, if your tool, your logic, whatever you develop, and in the tool, and if your tool is start doing and answering, and you're not doing anymore, that's called automation. So let's talk about some few things, how the automation works. So if I go back, and then I'll come back and discuss and answer your few more questions, because you are really transitioning to the very big concept from manual testing to automation. And I will say, don't think too much, just listen carefully, and then you read, hear this this one, and think about it, and then actually, I'm going to give you those problems to automate all the. My assignment is very clear. You automate all the test cases which you wrote. Whether it's Gmail or new tools or HRM, and then use the Selenium or QTP and do that. I will prefer Selenium because QTP is dying. It's very expensive when something free, and is not as powerful as Selenium. So but we'll show you both, and it's up to you, whatever you like, which one you like. You will find out which one you like. When you're able to do using one tool and the other tool is causing the problem, you definitely not going for that. So that's where the industry is. Same thing, like you buy a car and you have in that same price range you have multiple options. If one car is troubling, another car is doing the job pretty well, or any tool is doing pretty well, and the first tool is not doing, definitely not go for that. So same concept here. So now, how you do the automation testing? So there is a one big misconception. Oh, how about load runner? No, we're not talking about the load runner, and I did not. That we do in the class. We're not doing the online. And if you're really interested, you can talk offline for that. So right now you focus on these two right now. So load runner is for the performance testing, by the way. So that's not done. That's not for the functional testing. But anyway, so functional testing means all the functionality which you test, that is done by this. We'll talk some other day what is performance testing, and that's absolutely a different topic. So how will you do the automation? There's a big misconception is people say you buy the tool and tool will do everything. Not same way like you buy a car and car will do everything. It will take you from one place to another place. Not true. However, Google is trying that. They're trying to build a driverless car, hopefully someday. But it's just like you buy a car, but you have to drive. You have to control the car. That will take you. Or any tool like the plane help you to go from one place to another place, but it doesn't mean you not have to fly and control the plane. Same thing with the tool. The tool will only do when you really know how to automate the thing. So as an automation engineer, you have to learn that skill. Same thing like if you flying a plane, means that guy practice to learn that skill to fly the plane, and know all the technicalities and all the logistics needed for that, and then you can you can control the plane. Same thing, if you want to become automation engineer, functional automation engineer, that's what I'm calling functional automation, means is functionality testing. Then you have to learn how it works, and then when you go in the industry, why the guy will hire you. Well, that's another question which we're going to discuss right now. Where, I mean, if everything tool does, then why we need the manual testing? And maybe if the tool can replace the manual testers, then their job is really in danger, and you probably not need the testers that many. So we'll discuss that part very shortly once you understand first uh, what is automation tester does. So how the automation tester does, that's what we're going to learn. So you not ask that question right now. But what is automation testing? Are you getting that? Use the tool. I'll show you the tool, and you learn how to use the tool. But automation testing is, as I said, all the manual testing which you do, that is done by the automation, by the tool, and tool will tell you the exact result. So what tool will do basically? So let me, if you go here and let's say, let's go back to this one. So here the tool will tool will go to this web page. It will go here and enter the login. It will go here, enter the password. It will go here, hit the sign in. Then it will go here and select round trip on one way, which one you are testing. Select all the source destination, select the type, hit continue. It will select all. So it will do exactly what you do. And then it will tell you in the end whether this is working or not working. So did you get the concept of what is automation testing? Good. So don't try to cram, don't try to give definitions. Whenever someone asks you anything like database, manual testing, and this is the best way to explain, and that's a good way to make the impact. Always think about some examples, and the best way is you think all the projects which you're working. So just tell the guy, hey, if you really want, can I give you the example? Say, let's say there's Expedia.com. Rather than new tools, you can say Expedia or Gmail page, and you say, there are the links, there are login, there are some other features which you do manually. But rather than you do, if the tool start open the page, do all those things which you do, and then it also tell you in the end it working or not working. That's what is automation testing. So that's that simple. Now let's come to that question, like and this will probably, I will not able to answer you right now. We need some more knowledge at your end. But you may be wondering that if the tool can do, what is the need of the manual tester, or is their job is in danger? The answer is no. Luckily, so far, maybe I don't know future. There's always people doing some crazy planning and cost cutting and technology. You never know how the technology will be in future. But the point is, first of all, by the time you figure out with the tool, um, so this is what, let me tell you how the things work in industry. So when the project come in the industry, uh, people test manually because there's a lot of changes, requirement changing, the GUI changing, database changing, design changing. All those changes go so fast and so frequently. If you start automating those things, it's possible you take 6 weeks to automate something. By the time you're ready, you say, hey, my things are ready. A person will come and say, hey, those things are completely changed. Now you again start automating. So there are so many changes that, by the time you keep ready, the things are changed. So we do manual testing all the time. If something keep testing and is very much stabilized, let's say some project is going on from last 2 years, and certain sections are pretty stable, is not much changes, that is called the best part to automate. Because it's possible, someone say, You work on the new feature and also go and test all the old features. So old features are pretty much stable, and that is called the regression testing, if you remember the term. So that is the best part to automate, something which is not changing frequently. So if you ask the managers, and if these companies come and tell them, hey, can you buy the tool, and this will, you know, this will really speed up your testing, and you don't have to hire too many testers, and you can save money and all. They all gimmicks, and generally the managers, oh really, that's good, and this, they buy. And I've seen a lot of places they expect that, oh, we have a tool now, everything will be automated, and it will not take that much time. And you will see the tool is sitting there and no one is working, or maybe the guy is working. You say, oh, I'm working, but this not working, that not working. So, but still people trying. There's a lot of automation job. There is a lot of sections working. Go to Google, go to eBay, big companies. There's so much work. They're automating. A lot of smart people. Keep working on those things. So our goal is right now I can say in the market 90% manual testing, 10% automation. However, it's predicted by 2020 that 50-50. I don't think so, but who knows. So the goal is more you automate, you can speed up, you can reduce the errors. Human can get tired, human can get distracted. Tools cannot. It's possible the tool work whole night. As a human being, you work whole day. You say you're not going to work in the night. At 3 a.m. it's possible tool can still testing. By the time you go in the morning 9 a.m. it has already tested all the things, and you just see all the results in the morning. So all those things are going on. The people, when they're hiring you, they expect that you should have all those new things where they're betting, and they want to include those knowledgeable people in the team. Especially from the tester's point of view, I told you many times, testers lack a lot of technical skill. So if you can really develop, you will always have the edge and more opportunities. So that's the whole thing. So no one is stealing no one job right now. They both are working together. There are if you find there are 10 manual testers, you will find 2 or 3 automation testers, generally making more money, doing some important work. Trying to, you maybe have 500 test cases, maybe they try to take 100 test cases from you, which you keep doing every day or very frequently, and they try to automate. So some part will be automated, and most of the rest part will be manual. Now I have 45 minutes if I continue till 11:15. So I would like to show you the tool, and then we can talk more. Otherwise, you might be thinking, you may be curious to see how the tool looks like and how it works. So I'll show you some automation, and then I will go and explain you. Did you get it? So if we can summarize, actually we will talk in the end again. So let me write down all those questions, and we'll try to find out the answers. What's happened? My tablet again stopped working. This is something from Microsoft, a little unreliable product. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, here you go. Yeah, sometimes it's lost. Okay, so question is, what is automation testing? Explain with examples. This is what I want. So take HRM project or Gmail or FRS website. and explain about okay, so that's the second is manual testing versus all right, so we will talk about this more once you see what is automation, then we'll come back. And the third is what are advantages of fourth is what are the challenges for automation testing. Think about it. And the first and the last thing is how to automate test cases. So that's a big question. How to do that? So how many people have Mozilla or Firefox on your machine? Firefox, it will not work with Internet Explorer or Chrome. You should have, okay, so you have anyone else? So what I'll do is I'll show you two things you need on your machine. One is a TeamViewer and another one is Mozilla. TeamViewer is just for connecting. So if I need to connect to Arslan machine, I can do immediately from here and I can take a control of his machine. All of our classroom, trainees, they all have do. Even in the class too, I hardly go to anybody's machine. I connect from my machine. So there is a team viewer. I'll show you let me show you. So next half an hour, I will talk a little less and try to show you. So let me, I'll send you this link. Team viewer. Yeah, I believe this one. This looks like a paid. Yeah, so go here, hit the download, and you can install. So that will be not more than 5 minutes, maybe 2 minute, 3 minute job. So you can do right now or you can do later on. This is TeamViewer. You have to, and I'll send you the link. That way, if something is not working, I can immediately connect, and you all can see from here, and we can work. I can work on your machine. I don't want to come to your machine, to be honest. If you have any privacy issue and things, don't allow me. But in case if you want that I can connect to your machine and show you and look into that, it's up to you. So this is, and then the another one is here. I will explain you Selenium and all. I will try to first show you rather than show the PowerPoints. So if you keep scrolling, just a second. Oh, where is the installation? Maybe I missed that. Okay, so if you go to slide 10 under the Selenium, there is a link here which will take you to Mozilla Firefox, and you can download. So I can, if it's not on your machine, you can use this link. You can download and hit that and install the Firefox. that is needed. That is needed for Selenium. So those who have this, Arslan, do you want to install Selenium with me? Because my machine already have. I can tell you all the steps. Okay, good. Um, is it possible for you to download this and install to TeamViewer? Or anyone else, I can give the link. And next time you can keep your machine up because now more tools are coming and some programming is coming, so that will help you. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Download. Um, let me meantime explain you. If one person can install, then others can install too. And if you're not, I can help you or my team can help you. You have to give that. You have to install the TeamViewer and we should able to come to your machine in case if it's needed. If you can do yourself, I don't need that. Okay, so how to install the Selenium? Alright, so basically you go under Selenium here and there is a, so hit the Selenium and then you see class session, you hit the first one. And I believe it has the installation steps too, so. Alright, so what I'll do is, what I'll suggest you, Arslan, you can close all the, other, if you want, or just minimize and open your Mozilla browser, bring it up. Where is the, okay, and this one, oh, you downloading Mozilla or you said you already have the Mozilla? I thought you're downloading TeamViewer. This is the once Mozilla. So here let me explain you how it works. So try to understand. So let's how to. And before you complete the class today, I would like to show you some automation, how it's working, how to install Selenium. So what you do is, the first thing is download and install Firefox Mozilla browser. If not install on your machine, if all right, the second is follow my steps. So all right, so these two things are needed. What is the partner ID? No. So okay, so if you have installed, let me show you. Hold on. Is your is it looking like this? Your TeamViewer? Good. So you have to give me this ID. Can I connect your machine? If you give me this ID, yeah, anyone, whoever, if you give me this ID, and this password I can able, hopefully I can able to connect. So whoever wants, if you can type here, I can try. Okay, just one person. So let's say, let's try with, so you're saying this one. So this one, and then I'm connecting. Okay, let's see. What happened? You have entered ID of your own computer. Hey, no, hold on. This is mine. What's on your machine? Sorry, that's not my, this is my machine ID. You have something on your machine. Can you type that? There you go. 628523406. Okay. What is the password? You see some password here. Can you type that? 3461. 3461. Okay. Is this your machine? Is this your machine? Is this your machine? Is this your machine?
Can you mute it if possible?
All right. I don't know what happened. It's pretty noisy. What you can do, Arslan, you know, you go to your machine and maybe you not hear me. You can just disable this speakers or whatever the audio. Maybe you can, do you want try, or that's fine. I don't need it, you know. Are you able to connect, are you able to install the Mozilla? I just want to work on one machine and then we can, anyone who has the Firefox, please let, yes. Do you have a Firefox? Okay, good. Open the Firefox browser and go in the browser and type this. When the page open, let me know. Don't do anything. You just go follow my instructions. You there? Or others can do too. You can go open the Firefox browser, type this URL. This page should open. Actually, let me do too. So here is, where is Firefox? So I'll go here. My Firefox is here. Okay, good. Let me open too. So go here. This is the Firefox. Okay, it's going. Okay, this, you should be at this page. Whoever is doing, you should be in this page. Is it? You have a little bit respond me, so I should make sure you're working with me. Yes. Okay, good. Thanks. So a little bit scroll down slowly. You scroll down, and you see the IDE somewhere, like Selenium IDE. So a little bit you scroll down this side bar and you see the Selenium. Can you able to see it? Good. Keep responding me, and then you see the 2.8.0 or 2.9.0, either one. Hit this 2.8.0. Hit this. You will get this allow. Can you get it? Yes. Hit the allow. Oh, I'm sorry, I was not looking. Okay, when you get the allow, okay, let's again go this. You get this allow, say allow. It will do this, and you will see all this thing say installed. Hit install, and then when you install, you see the restart. Hit restart. That's it. Selenium is installed. You done? I can do again if you have problem. Okay, so you should ask me earlier. Can you see here 2.8.0 under the Selenium IDE? Look at my screen. So what do you get? Look, no, not download. You see this 2.8.0? It is download. You get this allow. Is anyone else working? There are some more people. You don't have the Firefox on your machine? Okay, you can install Firefox. It takes like 5-10 minutes only. Yes, that's true. That's it. Good. I would like to. I'm actually on the iPad. I will install. Oh yes, iPad. I don't know. That's you have to. I'm not sure it works on iPad or not. Okay, if you dare, hit the Alt key. Mumtaz, hit the Alt key. ALT. Hit the Alt key on your computer. You will get the tools. So go look at your keyboard and hit the Alt key. Okay, that's good.
Okay, I did.
All right, excellent. So when you hit the Alt key here, you see the tools?
Yes.
Go to the tools and you see Selenium IDE.
Yes.
Hit that. You will get this. This is what we're installing. You get on your machine?
Okay, where did you bring that up from? From 2.0? I have to click back on 2.80, right?
No. Open the Firefox browser.
I did.
Okay, hit the Alt key, ALT on your computer. Can you hit this? Do you see the tools? Just
whenever I hit the Alt key, it brings me to a it just brings me back to that page where the Selenium.
That's fine. Do you see the tools here on the top? Do you see the tools? Click that.
Can you show me on your browser where you see?
Okay, look here. Look at my screen. Hit Alt key. You see the tools?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay,
Under here, there's a Selenium IDE.
Okay, I see. Got it.
Hit that. You will get this.
Okay, I have it.
All right, good. So, yeah, that's fine. As you know, as previous version 2.8.0 release on this. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, you can put the new one too. You know, that's 2.9.0 or 2.8. It doesn't matter. Okay, guys. So it's simple. Let me show you, and then I'll follow up, some instructions and see. So basically, once you get this, this is what we are getting for Selenium ID. This is what we're looking for right now. Now, let me show you some automation, how it works. So look here. I'll explain you what exactly it is, but just go File, New Test. I'm creating a test. There is a, don't try to follow me. I'm just showing you first. So go Properties. I'll work with you. Login, validation, test. All right. So I'm giving the name of the test. There is a record button, and I'll explain you all this concept. Let me show you how automation works basically. So what I'm trying to do is, for this one, as a manual tester, what you will do, how will you check this is login is working? You will go here and hit sign in, and when you come here, you can say, yes, you can say it is working. Means you're giving the correct credentials and you're getting getting the right page. That's what is your test case. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'll hit here. Okay. And QA training. I enter the login password, hit here. Go here, stop. And then do some checkpoint. I'll explain you what exactly it is. Go here, put this guy. Take the okay, so as I have to develop some logic, which I did. So I developed some logic. What the logic is basically, I'll explain you in the in a minute. But let's say I did this. I created the test case. I did some logic here based on my knowledge of automation, and I will now from onwards. Let's see if it works or not first. So I'm going to play this and see the tool is doing. You might be noticing or not, and you see this is pass, the green is pass, failure, here is a log, and I will see what, so what tool does is open the URL, is enter the username, password, and doing and set test case pass. So now from onwards, whenever my company say go and check the login, I will use my automation script. So let me show you how again. So go and watch here it's doing. It does pass. So again, look here. Let me do both. Right. It does. It's doing exactly the same thing. I'm not doing anymore. I'm not hitting. The tool is opening the page and automating. So when you will do, it'll be really great. So what exactly I did? So let me explain you the logic and I wish if you have this at your end, you can automate. So let's go through some theory. So basically what we do is, there is okay, as I said, the last step, I just said how to do that, so this thing, how to automate test cases, that's what we're talking. So how to, there are some concepts which you have to understand. That concept is in Selenium, that concept in QTP. Again, you might be hearing and wondering what these tools are, and I'll explain you some history and all later on. My whole goal is to explain you how the automation looks like, and then theory will be pretty easy after that. So there are some concepts. One is called record. So there is a record button in Selenium, and there is a record button in Qtp, and some other functional automation tools too. What do you mean by record? When you hit the record, then whatever you are doing, tool will learn and learning from you. Once you hit the record, the tool is learning from you. So basically what I did is I hit the record and then I opened the page and then I went to the login and then enter the login. Then I went to the password, I entered the password, and tool is exactly going to, so there's a record, everything is recorded, and then there's a concept of playback. Playback, not playback, play. Record and play. So the concept is, hey, I'm doing these things. Can you record? Can you understand all these things? And then when I play, then you do the same thing. So watch here. This is the first concept here. So if you're looking here, let me show you. And again, give me some time to explain you. Don't try to understand side by side. It may possible that once you spend some time, it will be easy for that. It will be easy after that. So so this is my test case, and I can hit record here. So see, this is a record button. So this is here. When you hit, it is become like this. When you hit, it is recording. See, it's saying now recording. Same thing like here. We are recording is here. When you hit this, not recording. So I hit recording. Once you hit recording, whatever you do, tool is noticing, and when you hit the play, it will try to do. So I'll go to this page and I'll type this, and if you see here side by side, too many things. Keyword training. See, something happened there. And I'm entering the password and hit sign in. So if you see here, these steps are coming here, and then I start the recording. So basically what tool this is, the saying I will open this URL, it already recorded. Then it said I will enter the password, username. Then it said I will enter the password. Then it said I will click and wait. So it's going to click and click. It's already saying it's going to click. So if you play this, it will do exactly what you did. So here is the play button here, play. So when you play, see, the tool is doing exactly the same thing. So do you understand that? That's important. So the first concept is record and playback. Okay, I hope. All right, so what next? Next is checkpoint. And what is checkpoint? So the third concept is checkpoint. Okay, try to so this is an interview question too, like, what is record, what is playback, what is checkpoint? But try to understand what is checkpoint and why you need a checkpoint. Okay, so I'll again give you the example. That's the best way to understand. Okay, so go here. Let's say forget about the tool time being. So what happened? How will you? I have to restart my PC. That's fine. I don't need to. I don't know. Someone text. Who is that? But yeah, Arslan looks like he has to. That's fine. I don't need to restart. But if he's doing something, okay. So let's for explaining you what is checkpoint. Let me give the example. As a manual tester, how will you test that login is working? How will you test? You go to the, okay, so manually, how will you test that login is working? How will you do that? So what you do is you open page or URL, whatever you call. Second thing is you enter login in login field. Third, enter password in password field. Fourth is hit sign in button. And the fifth thing is you should able to log in and get the correct page, right? This is what you do. Now question is, how do you know that you are getting the correct page? So if you really go here and if you see you're doing exactly the same thing, the first step is open the URL, so it means you are at the right page. Then the second step is enter the login in the username field or login field which you are trying it. Then you enter the password, then you hit the sign in like here, and then you should get this page which is the right page. You not get the Facebook page or Google page or something. You should get this page. Now the question is how the tool will know that you are getting this page. You're not getting, how you getting the correct page? The reason is you are a human being, you have eyes, you have brain. You can see that, oh, you are on the right page because you are very many times you have visited this page. How the tool has no eyes, tool is blind, tool has no eyes. How the tool will know that I'm at the right page? So what will you do is you will give the clue to the tool. You say, hey, go and check something. So what I'm doing in my test case is I'm saying when you hit sign in and the next page come, go and check that on that page these lines are there. If these lines are there at this location, means you are at the right page. Or you can say go and make sure there is a logo here on the left hand side, or go and make sure there is something written here on the top, or go and some kind of indication you have to do. That's called checkpoint. Means go and check this, check that there is an image here, or check this there is a lines written here. That is called checkpoint. And why we need to do that? Because every page when you hit and go to the new page, to make sure that tool is on the right page, not going on the wrong page, you have to check something to make sure. Just like this, some blind person is there, you can say, okay, when you go like 20 steps straight, you make sure you check this, and then you are at the right place, and then you take the right turn, or this do. Just give some kind of the clue for that person. Same thing here. So the checkpoint is you have to tell the tool go and check this, and if you find that it is there, you are at the right page, and go and do the rest. Did you get it? All right, good. So other people too, I hope you're getting the checkpoint. So these are the concept: record, playback, checkpoint. All right, good. With these three concepts and maybe one more concept, object location, we will be able to automate, and we'll see, we're running out of time too. But as I said, it's a big task. So there is another concept called, fourth concept is object location. Okay, if you look this test, what I said if you have to manually test it, I said open the page. So you open the page, then the second is enter the login and in the login field. So I told you enter the login here. Don't enter the login here or anywhere else. So how the tool will know, because again the tool has no eyes, you are so addicted, you just go, this is the username, you start doing it. You know the location, you can look and understand that, oh, this is it. But again the tool should know on this page, tool should know where is that field. Think about, you close your eyes and then you try to figure out where is the username, and then you will understand that feeling. So what I will tell is, I will tell the tool, go, I'm going to tell you where is that location, and with that location, tool will know, oh, the username field is here, the password is here, the sign in is here. So let me show you here. So you see here, there is a concept called select. Select is, so I'll show you, watch again. And that's it. This is the last concept, and you will be ready to automate after this. No more concept right now. So what I'm showing you is here. So okay. So if you see, if I hit the record again, and again I'm entering and hit sign in. I'm here, and let's say I hit. So if there's a command called, for checking the text point, the command is called assert text. Means make sure the text is there. So there's a command called assert text. Assert text is make sure that this is the text available on the page. So where is that text? So if you see here, I'm telling the tool, when you go on this page, you go and hit this location and make sure these lines are there. Whatever the lines written, make sure these lines are. This is the clue. So how the tool will know where is this? So if I say select, and if I say go and look here, if I say go and look here, this is the location. When I click, it store the target. Means tool already know where is this location, and this is the target. And then I will say at this target, you make sure you have this value. So that's a checkpoint. Okay. Did you get it? So basically, how will I automate the login? And before we end up now running out of time, let's automate two things. One is let's automate that register link is working. As a manual, you will write the test. So how will you, whenever you automate something, the first thing is you should think how you will do manually. So the problem is, how will you make sure register link is there? So what will you do? You open the page, you open the right, go to this URL, you get the page, go to this location, hit the link, and hit the register link. Next page should come, and on this page, put the checkpoint. Tell the tool, if you see these lines, means you are at the right page, and the link is working, right? So the register link, hit the register link, and it will take you to the page where you should see these lines. And if you see those lines, test case pass. Do you agree or not? First, manually, we should develop the logic. So my question is, again, first question, how will you manually, how will you manually test that register link is working? I'm talking about the new tools. So how will you manually do? Anyone can answer, please? If I tell you, forget about the tool, if I tell you, go to this page, if I ask you, go to this page and make sure the register link is merged, by clicking the register tab, okay, you can say linked. So clicking the, what happened? When you click, what should you get? Let's say I click. Then, how will you say pass or fail? You will say you should, when you click, it should open the new page where some kind of, the clue you can say, like, where you can see these lines should be there, or register should be there, or so it should go to the register page, correct? And again, as a human being, you have eyes, so you can see, but as a tool, it doesn't say. So the go to the register page means go to the page where these lines are there. Do you agree? Good. All right. So what Kofi is saying, that manually he will test this way. Okay. So watch. This is important. A lot of people, trainees forget about. They not even know the single line what is automation, even though they attend a lot of PowerPoints and things, and even the lot of working guys too. So go here, go to this page, and our goal is to test whether this link is working or not. So he's saying he will go to this page, he will hit this link, and then when he hit it, the new page will come, and on this new page, which he's calling the registration page, he will make sure these lines are there. If these lines are there, means you are on the right page. Yeah, no, I'm not checking the next page. I'm not checking whether the registration is working or not. I'm only checking is whether this link is working or not. That's my goal right now. So understand that I'm not talking about the whole registration project. I just make sure how to make sure this link is working. So I say when you hit, it will open the new page, and new page is this. So yeah, so a little bit slow down when you're doing the automation. Don't go too fast. Slow down. Now let's see how the tool will do. It will do the same thing. So what I will do as a tool, I will tell you what I will do exactly. I will do this. How to automate. Open URL. I'm talking about the flight reservation system, whatever that URL. Second, hit register link. And third is make sure make sure it opens the registration. Make sure it opens registration page. And make sure means here what clue we are using is that it should, that page, where is that gone? Where is my application? Okay, here I'm saying is at this place you should have those lines. So if you get this, it is pass. If not, no, then fail. Okay, this is the criteria. So I'm going to automate this. So how will you do? Go here, file, new test, give the name, properties, give the name. Let's say I'll give the name registration link validation. That's the name of my test case. All right. Then what I'll do is I'll record, because I hit record. When I hit record, whatever I do, the tool will do the same thing. So I'll hit record, and then I go to this page. I open the right URL, then go and hit the register, and I will stop recording. Why? Because putting the checkpoint you should do manually. So I hit recording. So all right, so see what I have done so far. This logic you have to understand as an automation engineer. I open the URL, or the tool will open the URL, then it will hit the link register. What else? The other thing was, make sure you end up at the right page. Means make sure you put the checkpoint. You tell the tool, go on that page and check this thing. And if you find this thing, you are at the right page. Otherwise, you are on the wrong page and it will fail. So what I'll do is put the checkpoint, and there is a command. This is called assert text. This is the command. Means the assert text is, it will go and match, make sure assertion the text, that text, this text. Where it will go, I will select and tell the tool, go and look here, not look anywhere else on the page, this location. Okay. And so tool has stored some kind of location, is internal. Then tool will ask me, what should I look at that location? So I will say, go and look for these lines. And if you see, find it, means you are at the right page. So I'll say, okay. Tool will say, okay, that's it. So I say, so if you see my logic here, this is what I wrote. Again, if you look here, how to automate, I say open the URL, then you hit the register link, and then it open the new page. So make sure it open the registration page, means, and if you look here, this is what I'm doing exactly. I'm opening the right URL, then I'm hitting the link, and then once it new page open, I'm checking these lines are there at this location. If all these things are there, means this test case is automated. So let's do that. So now the time to run, and when you run, the tool will do exactly this, and most probably I will end up with this, and I'll ask you a few quick questions. So I'm going to run. This is the run button or play. So run, and you see the tool is doing this. And if you see it, if you go and read, tool exactly did whatever you told. And you have to go to tool this way. You see it's saying is open the thing, is hit the register, and then is look for this and test case pass. Make sense, guys? Okay, so basically now from onwards, if your manager comes and say, go, can you, or your developer say, hey, we changed the code, can you go and check again the link is working? And every day, if they're calling you 5 times, can you go and check? You don't have to do that. You can automate, and the tool will do. You can tell the tool, and tool will do exactly the way you're going to do. You, as a manual tester, you go to the page, you hit the link, make sure the next page is coming with the correct next page is coming. The tool is also going to do the same thing for you. Now, if you're wondering that, okay, what's the big deal? But if you look on this page, there are so many links, 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 links, and there are so many links here. So let's say even on this page, like 9, 10 links are there, and overall on, the website has 30 or 40 pages, and every page has 5 or 10 links. It's possible that you can automate 50 test cases using just the link, because if you're a tester, your job is to make sure every link is working. And when it is only one, it doesn't matter, but if there are 50 links and every time your developer is saying, hey, can you go and check all the 50 links again and again, you may start feeling irritated, or you start feeling tired, or bored. So this is the best thing to automate, and that is your first assignment. Go to this page, not today, but in future, and I will say automate all these test cases. And I know one guy, his industry making more 6-figure. All he does is fool the people there, and he's just only automating these links. That's what he does all the time. And because their application is so big, and every page has 15 links, so he said, I have automated 500 test cases. But if you see, all those test cases are just checking the links. So, but if you can check all the 500 links, you will save a lot of time and a lot of productivity. I hope you're getting the point. Any questions so far? If you get the 50% what I taught, I will be happy. I know maybe if you got more than that, that'll be great. Last question. Let's say let's say developers messed up this page, in the requirement is saying that on this page, so try to understand this. Let's say, so what happened is, so you hit the register page, and when you hit, your requirement is saying at this location these lines should be there. But what happened is developer changed the code and he only put from here to only up to only up to this. He missed these two lines. Do you think your tool will catch that? Because in the tool you put that, hey, you check for this value. However, the developer, when he developed the page, he will only check, he will only put this. So yes, that's correct. So if you're, what I'm saying is, if you're looking for register, let's say if you're looking for register, and if you find that this is written something else, there's a typo and all, your tool will so smart, it will say, hey, there is a mismatch, and it will say your test case failed. Because why? Because someone put the wrong spelling. So whatever value you put, it matters. So I mean, the bottom line, don't go into that discussion. If I ask you, can you automate all these test cases, all these links validation? Not right now. I'll have to teach you. But as a logic, did you get that? You hit the you record, you hit the link, and then you put the checkpoint. All right, good. Let's stop here. We already exceeded time. Sorry about that. Well, I cannot answer all the things right now, Angela. I will say focus on what you can do. I will say the main goal is, anyway, whatever you learn from our training, it will be much better than anywhere else. We'll see how much you can do. And if you're interested, we'll do, if you know the programming, you can do the WebDriver. If you not know the programming, you cannot move a single line. So it's up to you. If you not know the programming, that's where the problem. Because the WebDriver is, there's no GUI. Everything comes as this thing. So the point is not just learning. The point is go in the industry and able to do the work. That's my whole thing is. And whatever you're learning, you can go and with Selenium ID. I'm just telling you, you can go and say, I'm automating something. It's not like I know everything but I cannot do anything. Then there's no use. Your knowledge is no worth for the industry if you cannot solve their problem. They are paying you $50 an hour from first hour. They're expecting that you're coming here and you're testing, or you're automating, or you're finding defect. So we'll talk those things later on. Do you guys get this, whatever I did today? And we will repeat, we will work together. You will automate. Right now I'm showing you, but pretty soon from the tomorrow, I'll send you something, you'll automate. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Good night and see you tomorrow.